I want to welcome you to Pulaski County Fiscal Court. We'd like to open our court meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance, and we've got a guest with us today. I've asked Mr. Joe Cummins. He's here with his granddaughter to receive an award today, but I've asked Joe if he would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If we'd all please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda will be approval of our minutes from our previous meeting, and you all received a copy of those. What would be your pleasure?
Motion.
Second. Motion and second to approve the minutes as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. I want to, in the interest of time here, I want to jump down and we're going to make some presentations here. Something we always like to do from Pulaski County Fiscal Court. Anytime we have youth in our community that rise to the level of champion, we like to recognize them as champions. And we've got two young girls here. One is a high schooler, one's a middle schooler. We've got Natalie Cummins with us today, and then we've got Christine Webb. And they recently have attained a very high honor. They both were named Shooter of the Year in archery. And they also, they were in the S3DA Bear Bow Division, right? Am I saying that correctly? So these girls have been the top in their class here, and we're proud of them. They've got some shiny belt buckles. I think they're going to come show off that they've got for an award. I think they got a little scholarship money maybe tucked away, but we're very proud whenever we get our youth that become champions at anything, especially these two girls and what they've done. Oh, and by the way, these bear bows, I guess it's a long bow, right? Is that what that is? Both of them have just picked that up within the last month. Never really spent any time with the longbow, but their skills were such that they were able to master that and still win the state competition. So if you two girls would come up here, they're with their coach also, Chris McDonald and Lisa Cook. If you all would come up here, we'd like to present you with our highest honor, which is the Pulaski County Colonel. We'd like to get a picture made with you, if that's all right. So magistrates, if you all can gather around here. You all want to say anything or show off your belt buckles, or Coach, y'all have anything you want to add to what I've said there?
I've worked pretty close with Mr. Price and Jason Turpin with S3DA program at Pulaski Park probably for the last 4 years. We've had some competitions down there. It's been great working and having your all support for that. And I'm working on an indoor tournament with the center for next year. So appreciate all that you guys do to help us out.
We love having you, and it's been a welcome sight every time you've been down there. So as much as you can do it, we appreciate it. Y'all come on up here and get in the picture with these girls.
I'd just like to say these girls will be representing Pulaski County Southwestern High School on the 19th at the National Championship
Wow.
for S3DA. So remember them for that. Maybe we'll come back as national champions.
I hope so.
And I just want to say, I've known Miss Natalie for years, and she's as beautiful and talented on the inside as she is with a bow.
Joan, I need you in the picture.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Her and Joan has to be in it.
Mike Wilson, thank you so much. Count of three. 1, 2, 3.
What did I do?
So Natalie, let me pick on you since I've known you the longest. Now, at what point in this competition did you know that you were going to win the state? Was it the last shot, or did you have it wrapped up halfway through?
I'm not waiting at awards.
We're proud of y'all. Keep it up.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilden, the inspirator.
That's a long time
Yeah.
ago. You started
My
on.
husband's your UPS driver,
Yeah.
and he thinks the world of you.
I do him too.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Really?
And Lisa used to be a grand employee of Pulaski County Fiscal Court, and I just broke my thing again. Whoever had the gum on it, it didn't stick.
You got too excited.
Yeah, yes.
All right, let's move along then. We have no old business today to discuss. We do have new business. It's time again for Pulaski County Park. I've got recommendations that we rehire our two employees that have been with us for a couple of years there. We've got Abigail Foreman and Alexis Cox. I'd like to recommend we rehire those for seasonal park help today.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Strunk, second by Mr. Wilson. Any further discussion?
Do we need to add that they can begin at their earliest date available because of the seasonal?
Yes.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And, see, opening day for the park, is that the 24th? Is that when that is?
It's officially the 24th.
Okay, so we're almost there, so camping season is on us. All right, next then will be our department reports. Eugene is sick today, so I'll present his report, and all we have today is to do our road work request, and I looked through and did not see a speed limit sign. Did I miss one? If not, then we'd entertain a motion to accept the road work request as presented.
Motion.
Second. We have a motion by Mr. Ranshaw and a second by Mr. Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, Sheriff Speck's with us today. He wants to give his year-end report.
The money. Okay.
Presenting the final report for the 2019 calendar year, and I have the final check of excess fees in the amount of $86,178.42.
Thank you, sir.
That's about a little over $4,000 more than we remitted last year.
I like it.
And I guess we'll need a motion to accept that check.
Motion to accept it. Second.
Mr. Strunk, second, Mr. Wilson. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
That check, along with the check that I remitted back in January, brings the total to $186,000, $178.42. I always like to keep a running total on this, so the past 5 years, the Sheriff's Office has remitted $898,173.34 to the Fiscal Court of Excess Fees.
We appreciate your diligence, Sheriff. Thank you for doing that.
I guess I need a motion to approve the final report and the excess fees.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Wilden, second, Mr. Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have.
All right, well, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Next then, have our county clerk, Linda Burnett, would like to approach the court.
Good morning, Judge, Fiscal Court members, and of course our audience this morning. I have good news. We have a good report, excess fees, and our total is going to be $701,176.81. And I'd like to ask the court to accept that in excess
Motion to
fees.
accept it. Second.
Motion by Mr. Strunk and a second by Mr. Wilson. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I would just like to add this, we had an increase last year, or in the year of 19, over the 18 year. of about $1,925 in over from the year before. So
Awesome.
I think our car sales and, of course, our delinquent tax on the real estate, our fees for our registration fees, all of that has increased considerably. So we're well blessed here in Pulaski County.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. I didn't tell you about this, but with your new building, would you care, for the sake of the newspaper and the public that want to hear talk just a little bit about what services you'll be doing there in our new location?
Okay, yes, thank you. And by the way, thank you for that. I'm looking forward to opening it up if we can ever get everything finished up. We're well on our way, not quite as soon as I expected it to be, but sometimes things happen that you are out of your control. But we'll be doing motor vehicle transactions up there, which is including ad valorem tax on vehicles, transfers, renewals, mobile home transfers. Of course, all the car sales transfers will be done up there. Car dealerships will be done up there. So that's all that we're taking up there. And then what will be left down here in the courthouse will be all the land records, deed recordings, delinquent tax department, and the election department.
Will the drive-through be open there for
Not
those
yet. We're kind of wanting to get acclimated with all of our, how my routine's going to have to go, and then we'll try that probably about maybe, since we're later getting started, probably about June.
And for
So.
those who don't know, it's the former BB&T bank building that we've remodeled for Linda and her staff. So we're looking forward to opening that up.
Thank you, and I am too. We'll give Ms. Joan this check here.
Joan will take it.
Thank you for a great job, Linda. We
You're
appreciate
welcome, and
what
thank
you
you.
do.
Linda.
Like I say, we are very blessed here in Pulaski County, because when I go to the clerks' meetings, we don't always have this type of reception and information that some of the clerks have to get out. So I just always like to say how blessed we are here and how good it is to be a Pulaski Countian.
Good, well, thank you. Next then, we've got Adam Scales has got a good announcement for us, I believe, right?
Yes. Good morning. Last year, we submitted a grant to the Department of Agriculture for a spay and neuter program. That grant came back and we got that approved. That's $2,500. I'm kind of proud of that, because last year was $2,000 and this year we topped ourselves again. So I'm just more or less asking the county for a match on that.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Renshaw and a second by Mr. Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? And just, we'll say, historically, they've been $1,000, $1,500, and last year was our biggest.
They were 600.
Oh, okay.
And since Adam took over, it's consistently been over the thousands mark.
This is our biggest, though.
Yes.
To date.
Yes, sir.
$2,500, and that's going to provide, how many
I think we did it, I think it's like 166 surgeries, so I think that's kind of where, it was rounded up, it might be 167, but.
just, it's important to know that, please spay and neuter your pets. I sound like Bob Barker up here from Price is Right. But that's, it's a recurring problem here in Pulaski County is irresponsible pet owners. So please be responsible and spay and neuter your pets.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Adam.
You, Adam.
Next then, Clyde Strunk, our coroner, would like to address the court.
I've got some personnel matters, Judge, that I need to address to the court. Effective March the 9th, 2020, Chief Deputy Coroner Anthony Gossett has resigned his position with the county. And I would ask the court that I would be allowed to bring Keith Price, who is one of my transporters, move him to the position of Deputy Coroner, and then promote Gerald Collinsworth from Deputy Coroner to Chief Deputy Coroner, effective today.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Strunk, and a second by Mr. Wilson. Any further discussion?
I do have a question. You want that effective today, even though he's not leaving until the 29th?
He's leaving on March the 9th.
Oh, I thought you said 29th. I'm sorry, I'm deaf. Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. We all get old.
Well, yeah.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Clyde.
Sorry.
Brings us then to our treasurer's report. We've got a couple of things for us there, Joan, right?
Yes. I have a bill list.
I received a copy of your bill list. Would you have any questions, or what would be your pleasure?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson, second by Mr. Wilden. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item I have is the bank reconciliation statement for February of '20. Get used to that.
Motion to accept. Second.
Motion by Mr. Ranshaw and a second by Mr. Strunk. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And at this time, of course, we've had state budget workshops and gotten our tentative figures. So I'm going to start working on budgets, so please be gentle. It's going to be a bad couple of months. I'm not in a good mood. So, just to let you know,
We will make it, Joan.
make my life easier. That's it. Thank you.
Well, we have no further business. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion. Second, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you all very much.